comebacks because it's that time of year and when you're on your creating your fertility path, that sometimes you just don't even want to go because you don't want to deal with all the questions or the pregnant relative, and it's full on. And so I just thought maybe for fun, we could do a session of this. And if you're here live or on the replay, if there are moments that you've had that you want to share, please, we can work with what those are. We'll do it in the chat or live, whatever we got here. So if you're new here, definitely do subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when things are happening here. I will be doing soonish an event just for subscribers. So I'm kind of excited about that. I've got a number in my mind. And when we hit that for subscribers, there's two things that are going to happen. Two, and that's one of them. All right, so I am thinking about this, hoping that if you don't know me, I'm Coach Ariel Andersson. I work with conscious life and business coaching, and one of the things that I'm passionate about is you're creating and getting to joy and health. And if that is your life, your business, your babies, then that's very important to me that you stay in alignment with yourself, listening to your intuition and being aligned with nature, etc., to keep you moving forward in a way that makes sense for you. And so we're going to dive right in today, and know that down in the description we have a few things. If that's interesting for you, fantastic. Otherwise, here we are. So the holidays are tricky, and depending where you are in the world, there are so many different holidays that are happening depending on your culture. We've got Christmas and Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and Diwali and so many other things that I may not even be aware of. And regardless of holidays, you also have inside of that the gathering for solstice, or there's the end of the year. And often at the end of the year, there's this feeling, this sort of self-assessment, this life assessment, looking back. And whether you're, New Year is the end of this, what is it, the Roman calendar, or if it's, coming in the new year, it's a very powerful time. And there's a lot stirring underneath the surface. I mean, I feel it every single year. We're business, personal, and especially when you're on a creating fertility path. So when those holidays come up, I know there's that feeling of, where can I escape to? How do I manage? And I'm sure you've had these moments maybe already. I would say every single client I have ever had, and myself, has had the issue or the challenge or the hiccup or the bump or the giant mountain that comes along with the holidays and all the questions. So an example, and you're welcome to throw anything down into the chat now or on the replay about something that may have come up with for you. And if you want any, have some fun with playing with that, how to respond to it. So an example is, can be even people who do and don't know exactly where you are on your path. Like, you are getting to that age, aren't you? Aren't you going to have children? An example for that would just be, and a response simply can be a smile, literally smile, or, yeah, I have led a really full life, haven't I? Oh, it's been great. You don't have to always engage. And I think that's the biggest piece here, is that people will throw out their own ideas, their own fears, their own getting you to do what they need for their own lives. And sometimes what that means is, they've had children, they've made some choices, and they want you to make the same ones. Now, whether you're single or you're in a partnership or a marriage, it doesn't matter. Those same things come right at you all the time. I remember being in, going to the gynecologist and I'd get a comment, going to see my family and I would get a comment, and simply just smiling and nodding or saying something along the lines of, what has been great can often be a great response. There's the other one of, chop, 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 you're running out of time. And then you can say, actually, I plan on living a pretty long time. So there's plenty of time here and I'm enjoying the moment. Or you talk about something that you are really enjoying right now. And if you don't have that thing that you're really enjoying, go back to the old videos and look at just activating and doing the things that you love so that you are feeling good on your path. Because I know that sometimes things don't go as quickly as you hope. And so taking a breath before you react, especially in this time, which right now we're in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, all the way into December, January, actually January, if we're talking shadow period, that means that very often there's going to be a butting of heads. People are going to say something, you're going to take it differently and vice versa. So just enjoying the moment, allowing yourself to not respond sometimes. Sometimes you can just laugh and walk away. That is also allowed. I'm just going to say it right now. And it is not easy to do that. It will take practice and it will take taking some breaths. That's another one I'll often recommend, is taking a deep breath and exhaling and just sort of grounding, not sort of, but grounding in your body, coming back into your body for a moment. You could even do that in the moment. You could take a breath and just smile and be like, and move on. Or you can ask somebody, you can have a code word with somebody who you can get real with, saying kind of rescue me in those moments. And you can also say, we're feeling pretty good about the way we're doing things right now. Or isn't it funny how babies come in their own time? Or something that is not mean, but allows people to know there's a boundary there for you. Now, every situation is different. And of course, if you put something down into the chat on the replay, then I'm happy to respond. And if there's something interesting here for you, definitely like and allow other people to find this. And it's just meant to be an opening of a conversation, or a closing of a conversation in this case, because you don't have to just sit there and take it. You don't have to be mean about it. Come from your heart, from your spirit, and let ego kind of go aside, and meaning theirs too. It's a very delicate thing, and people don't know what to say. They often definitely say the wrong thing and don't mean to. And remember, it's their stories coming up, bubbling up, and splatting onto you, literally. and we just take it with some grace, and remembering that whenever you're having a gathering, have some things ready for you that will nurture yourself in the moment, support you, whether that's drinking less or having your favorite cup of tea, no judgment, whatever you want to do. Drink more, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's having a touchstone. Maybe it's literally having a touchstone. I have some of these great stones which have, like, this one says faith. There's some with abundance. Maybe it's clarity. Sometimes when I'm around people who are a little toxic, or I just know there's going to be a challenging moment, I will take something like this, or even like this, and I have it in my hand, or I have it in my pocket. These are just a couple things that can be helpful. It can also be, going and giving your partner a hug, or asking them to come and do it. Maybe after a gathering, you do something for you. You go for a walk in the forest or at the ocean. You do something to ground you. You give yourself some space the day after the gathering. If you're with people for a number of days, it's making sure each day you have something where you really get to come home to yourself. It's really important. Hello, Meme Hein. I'm not sure if I said that right. Hello. We're actually just closing up, but I just wanted to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being here on the replay. I will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific, where we are going to talk about fun facts on Fertility Friday. So I wish you all the best, and I will see you on the other side.